Hello guys, welcome to the Crypto Matrix. I'm Mr. Legend. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the king of the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin cost of production. Bitcoin is deep down in the crypto bear market, looking at Bitcoin cost of production band over the years. How is Bitcoin performing in this bear market? What's the accumulation band for Bitcoin? When should we be going all in on Bitcoin? Look at Bitcoin's performance against the US dollar. Look at Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency market. Also, look at Bitcoin's market cap, which sits around $1.26 trillion level. Bear market accumulation done for Bitcoin. Therefore, that risks for downside for Bitcoin. About that and more in this video. Let's get down to business. Let's start with sentiment in the cryptocurrency market. Right now, fear in the market, so improvement from extreme fear that was gripping the market for the last 24 hours. On the grand scheme of things, guys, we're still deep down in Goblin Town. So a little relief in May of 2026, where Bitcoin's price got to as high as $80,000+. Sentiment in the cryptocurrency market turned neutral for like 7 days, but since then we saw us dumping back to Goblin Town, and the fear and greed index have been signifying that market participants are getting scared. Now, if you look at Bitcoin's performance against the US dollar over the last 3 to 4 months, Bitcoin has been in a tight range, and that range has been in Bitcoin cost of production band. You know what Bitcoin's cost of production band is, guys? It's how much it takes to mine a Bitcoin. The higher Bitcoin goes above the cost of production band, the more miners sell for some sweet profit. And when Bitcoin comes to the cost of production band, some miners are making losses, some miners are breaking even. And that's why we usually see Bitcoin's bear market happen around this cost of production band. Let's go back in the past to see how Bitcoin's price has reacted to this cost of production band. Way back in 2015, when Bitcoin had its first full bear market after getting to as high as $1,200. We saw Bitcoin dump into Goblin Town. The telltale sign that the bottom was in then was when Bitcoin started consolidating around the cost of production band, just like just like what we're experiencing right now. Bitcoin got to that cost of production band in January of 2015. It went below it, had a week below it, and then Bitcoin spent the next 217 plus days accumulating. Smart players were buying Bitcoin then. We saw Bitcoin spending most of its time in that cost of production band. But when Bitcoin was done here, we went up to the moon, went pumping higher to higher prices. And even though Bitcoin came back to that cost of production band at some point in time, 2017, it was up only for Bitcoin after it bottomed at the cost of production band. Now we saw similar price action happening in 2018 after Bitcoin went to an all-time high of around $19,800. We saw Bitcoin dump into Goblin Town. This time around, Bitcoin consolidated below the cost of production band. That means a lot of miners were in losses for from few months. We saw Bitcoin staying in that cost of production band and below it for more than 126 days. And when Bitcoin was done, the bull market was confirmed. So Bitcoin returning to the cost of production band in the COVID sell-off in 2020. That was another good buying opportunity. But one recurring theme, guys, is buying Bitcoin when it returns back to the cost of production band has always been a good decision in the long term. Even if that's the only indicator you're looking at, even if that's the only indicator you're paying attention to, buying Bitcoin in that price region has always been a smart decision. In 2022, similar price action, we saw Bitcoin going from an all-time high of around $69,000 dumping to as low as $15,000. The sentiment in 2022 was that Bitcoin is going to go to as low as $12,000, maybe lower than that. But those smart players that bought Bitcoin during that cost of production band and consolidation, those players that were accumulating heavily when the prices were down, when sentiment was down by the cryptocurrency market, when FTX collapsed, when extreme fear was gripping the cryptocurrency market, they were happy they did, because in some few months later, Bitcoin went out of that cost of production band and rallied to a new all-time highs of around $126,000. And deja vu, just like that, Bitcoin is back to the cost of production band in another crypto bear market. We saw Bitcoin getting there, I told you guys earlier in the video, in February of 2026. And since then, even though we had a rally in May that saw Bitcoin briefly leave the cost of production band, Bitcoin has been consolidating around that region. Bitcoin has spent more than 161 days there. I believe the next few weeks are going to be very, very crucial for Bitcoin, because when smart players are done accumulating, what will happen next? We'll see a big, big pump to the moon. And when Bitcoin leaves the cost of production band, we're on our way to higher prices. If you look at liquidations in the cryptocurrency market, the last 24 hours saw a lot of bulls getting liquidated. Bulls always get excited. Immediately we see an increase in price. We saw Bitcoin getting $65,000, which sent little excitement around the cryptocurrency market, which helped sentiment. Sentiment was extreme fear yesterday. Today, we are seeing sentiment return to fear. Liquidation in the cryptocurrency market has risen by more than $418 million in the last 24 hours. More than 100,000 traders have been liquidated, with the total liquidation coming in around $408 million. The largest single liquidation order happened on Binance. A trader was liquidated for around $6.57 million. Bitcoin, the king of the market, is still doing strong in Q3 of 2026. Bitcoin, the king of the cryptocurrency market, is still in the positive in July. In Q3 of 2026, Bitcoin is up 8.18% in July. Bitcoin is up 8.18%. Don't forget, Bitcoin had two back-to-back negative months, and the whole of 2026, if Bitcoin ends the month in a positive, it ends July in a positive, this will be the third positive month we have had in 2026. We've already had four negative months in 2026, and inside those four negative months, three of them had double-digit losses. January, we had a 10% decline. February, we had a 14% decline. June, we had a 20% decline. Only in May, we had a 3.41% decline. I believe good times are still going to return back to the cryptocurrency market. Right now, we have to bid our time. Right now, we have to accumulate Bitcoin at the bottom. And sometimes accumulation looks like it's taking forever. Remember, guys, the smart players are buying at the bottom. The smart players are following the mantra to buy low, to sell high, to buy when there's fear in the cryptocurrency market, and to sell when greed returns back to the market. Right now, there's fear in the market. Bitcoin's market cap sits around the $1.26 trillion level. We saw Bitcoin's market cap topping when Bitcoin top around the $2.5 trillion level. Guys, over a long period of time, Bitcoin is going to be pumping to the moon. Over a long period of time, eventually we're going to see Bitcoin's market cap hit the $10 trillion level, the $15 trillion level. Are we going to see bear markets before we get there? Very, very sure we're going to see a lot of bear markets before we get there. Are we going to see Are we going to see huge, huge volatility? Yes, we're going to see this one of the most volatile markets in the world. One thing you're guaranteed if you're trading Bitcoin is that we're going to have pumps to the upside, we're going to have dumps to gobbling down, we're going to have big, 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 big swings to the upside, like the last bull market, even though it was not one of Bitcoin's greatest bull markets, still saw Bitcoin rallying from the bottom by more than 700%. For context sake, that's Bitcoin's smallest bull market pump, because in 2021, the rally saw Bitcoin go from $3,000 to as high as $69,000. That was more than a 2,100% pump to the upside. And the rally before that again saw Bitcoin go up from around $200 to around $20,000. That was more than a 10,000% pump to the upside. But with all these gains to the upside, you have to stomach big, big drawdowns to the downside. I'm still paying attention to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency market has been steady for more than 2 years right now. Bitcoin dominance has been ranging from that 58% region to around 60+%. If we see a big decline for Bitcoin dominance, this will signal that the altcoin market will be having a good time, and this will signal maybe, just maybe, we've gotten to the bullish part of the market where we'll see a bull season. Doesn't mean Bitcoin will not pump, doesn't mean Bitcoin will have a great time. It just means all coins will outperform Bitcoin. But it all depends on when Bitcoin will leave the cost of production band, which right now the upper end of the cost of production band for Bitcoin sits around the $74,000 level. The lower end for Bitcoin cost of production band sits at $62,000. So, guys, drop it out in the comment section. How bullish are you on Bitcoin? Are you still accumulating some Bitcoin right now? Do you believe the bear market is over? Do you believe we still have to dump further down to Goblin Town? Some market participants believe we have to see $30,000, $20,000. Drop it out in the comment section. Tell me why you think Bitcoin is bottoming now, or if you believe it's going to go lower, tell me why you believe we still see Bitcoin go lower. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more awesome videos like this. Turn on the post notifications to get notified anytime I drop a new video, anytime I go live. Remember, guys, when it comes to investing, nothing will pay off more than educating yourself. And investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Invest for the long haul, Don't get too scared. Don't get too greedy. See you guys in my next video.